Well, it's currently about 6 o'clock right now on the morning of what has been quite an eventful night. Frustratingly eventful, but eventful nonetheless. Went to bed at about 9 o'clock last night. Planned on getting up right at the crack of dawn, which we did do. Got up about 5 o'clock this morning. But yeah, went to bed at about 9 and was just absolutely roasting. There's no breeze here, and the temperature at night was sitting at about just shy of 40 degrees. So you were just sitting in your own cesspool of sweat. It was horrible stuff. Got Hamish to pass me my camel pack, which had been sitting in the fridge for a bit. Wrapped that up in a blanket and was holding onto it, which was good enough to be able to help me get to sleep. But by the time it warmed up, I woke up at 1:30 in the morning, and yeah, it was just dripping in sweat. So what did I do? Originally I just cocked myself up, got the breeze on me, and that was actually, I shouldn't have just pat my hat now. The flies are everywhere, which is another story. Flies are absolutely thick at the moment, and it's only 6 o'clock in the morning. This is ridiculous. Quite keen to start our adventure for the day. Anyway, cocked myself up, got the breeze going around me. That was nice. Jumped out of bed and went and washed myself off so that as the water was drying, it would cool me down. But there was no chance I was getting back to bed in my swag. So I walked over to the information centre and rolled out my sleeping bag and pillow on it and tried sleeping there for a bit. But the fact that I could hear the aircon running in that building constantly, I was like, stuff this, I'm going to try and get in. Checked all the doors and windows, and everything was locked, unfortunately. So went back and was sleeping on the floor there, which wasn't too bad because it's a sort of like a Queenslander style building, jacked up off the ground, so it had nice airflow underneath, which was much better than my swag anyway. Then I decided, because it still wasn't that great, I went around, they had a deck chair chilling on the back, so I went and jumped on it, and that was good enough for me to get a couple extra hours of sleep. Woke up at about 5 o'clock this morning, potted on back over to camp, made a cup of tea. Flies have come out super thick, but we're ready to go and start this adventure.
I'm not breathing any flies. There might be a hat.
Are they? Fucking hell. Whoop.
Mate.
Wild pigs just coming in here for a bit of a drink. Yeah, I'll zoom in so you can check them out. Right in there. Oh, big sucker just there. A few big suckers actually. Wow. They all just come running out of the bush.
Everything's a dumb idea.
Aladdin. Just a couple bats. It's a bit of a familiar sound. One I think we know all too well. Gorgeous little spot here. Uh-oh. Oh, what amazing views. Well, there's definitely another waterfall in there, you can hear it. Well, we've now made it back to our lovely campsite, and it's time for me to go for another lovely swim.
One of those standard rock qualities.
Do you even lift, bro?
Huge, eh?
Well, on our absolutely beautiful, lovely, scenic walk along some rocks to check out the Aboriginal history, a terrible thing has happened, folks. One of the worst things imaginable. I have busted a plugger. That's a cool view. This is a sick view indeed. Wow, look at the colour in the clouds over there. And even behind us, the storm overhead. Wow, look at it coming along the range there. Good catch. One. You broke your right one?
Do you want a pair of thongs, mate?
Do you want a thong?
Here you go.
Oh, that's weird. Here, you keep your left one, I'll keep my right one. Yep, that's the way to do it.
Plain dangerous. The front of mine has been filling up, so I trip on things. So I'm not actually that drunk when I walk around, I'm just bloody...
Dude, what are the odds? Both at the, like, yeah, within what? An hour, if that.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying walk.
I've been around the world a couple of times or maybe more. Seen the sights, I've had delights on every foreign shore. But when my mates all ask me the place that I adore, I tell them right away. What do we tell them? Give me a home among the gum trees with lots of plum trees, a sheep, a two, a kangaroo, a clothesline out the back, veranda out the front, and an old rocking chair. You can see me in the kitchen cooking up a roast or Vegemite on toast, just you and me, a cup of tea. Later on we'll settle down and go out on the porch and watch the possums play. Give me a home among the gum trees with lots of plum trees. A sheep, a tuak, a kangaroo, a clothesline out the back, veranda out the front, and an old rocking chair. There's a Safeways up the corner and a Woolies down